So today we're going to be talking about something, and I hope this gets you a little clue about what we're going to be talking about. Yeah, I mean, obviously, looking at this amazing animal, you should have a very distinct and positive idea of what we are going to be discussing today. Yes, we are going to be discussing none other than the legendary Upland trout. Yes. Indeed we are. Ha. Okay, now this is the part where you're gonna make Linwood. You clearly showed us a cat. How are we talking about the upland trout? Well, it's very obvious. Upland trout is a fish. Cats eat fish. I didn't have a fish here to show you, so I showed you a cat. Okay, good. We're good. All right. Now. So today we are going to talk about the upland trout, as I have elaborated and already wasted a minute of this video doing so. Okay, so the upland trout is a most remarkable pescatorial prodigy. Yep, I'm coming out with $20 words here, because that's why you pay for this entertainment. You don't pay for it, whatever. Okay, so the upland trout is a remarkable critter, a remarkable aquatic. Something else that begins with an A. Yes, indeed. Okay, anomaly. Aquatic anomaly. All right. So most fish, what they do is they just swim around the water. They eat whatever they find. You know, and this takes place in like Lake Superior, Lake Michigan's one of the Great Lakes. You know, one of the big ones. And so, you know, fish, they just have to, they're not like us. They can't go out to eat. They can't barbecue a hog or just barbecue if you're from the Carolinas. Because that barbecue is just, okay, a whole nother discussion. Okay, so they have to go out and find things. Now, this particular trout, one day, it was thinking it didn't really like all the, all the stuff you would just find randomly in lakes that you had to eat, like old shoes, mercury, chromium 6, a bunch of chemicals, whatever fish in, the Great Lakes eat, shoes. All right, so it didn't like that. So then one day, it opened its mouth above the water, and a mosquito what it was, flew into its mouth. So, liking to taste the blood, but, not preferring to drink it directly like a vampire, the trout began to accumulate this taste. Accumulate is the right word. This taste for mosquitoes. And sometimes the mosquitoes were real. Sometimes, they were plastic. But, listen up, it did not care. Because it was not particular. Like y'all folks clicking away from this video right now. Okay, not particular like y'all at all. So, after a while, and after it had depleted the mosquitoes it could reach from the water, what do you think it did? Well, it did the only thing a fish could do, and that is to adapt. Like out of all necessity, adaptation is the mother of it. Adaptation. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Anyway, so it learned to adapt to the air. A most remarkable fish. It learned to adapt to the air and eat mosquitoes. Real ones, plastic ones, whatever it could find. Fat ones, skinny ones. Ones that climb on rocks. That sort of thing, okay? Then it got so adapted to living in air that eventually it would make its nest in trees and eat mosquitoes. Now, you're probably wondering how this information is useful. Well, I'm about to tell y'all. How this is because Walker D. Wyman, I reverse his name again. I do that a lot. Walker D. Wyman in Mythical Creatures of the USA and Canada. He makes mention of this most verbose is the correct word, type of beast. See, that's, kind sirs, madams, friends, comrades, is the upland trout. Scientific name, Salmoculophyllus volans. Got it in one, okay? Now I'm going to read you a little quote from here. I can't read the whole thing because of, the copyrights. Because of the copyrights. But anyway, the mythical creature has been reported in land where Paul Bunyan once lived and logged. At one time, it inhabited the cold, fast rivers that flowed into Lake Superior, where it was pursued by fishermen who used no bait such as worms and salmon eggs, only artificial flies. This species of trout would strike only at a mosquito, whether it be artificial or a genuine product flying over water. And it goes on to say, when there were no mosquitoes to plague fishermen, they knew, because they know these things, that the upland trout had been out feeding upon them. Tenderfoots or flatlanders from the Midwest were often sent out from resorts to see if they could find upland trout in their nest. Ha-ha! And that is your story for today. I hope it was informative. I usually talk too long. At least I'll try to cut them short. I have no way to end this, so I'm just going to throw this key at you. Bye. Ah, crap.